right, and killing those def jams for yet another episode of Ashland by Night. Yay, we are back. Due to complications, we are down one player, but that's okay. It happens sometimes, especially around this time of year with everything going on, sickness and being busy and all kinds of crap. So it happens. But we have everybody else. And we have Brittany trying out a special new background, as you can tell. So she has her authentic Ventrue background in the back. Ta-da! Actually turned out really good. So I dig it. So last we left off, it was the fallout of... It's interesting because I keep saying Fallout in Vegas, so I'm thinking Fallout New Vegas video game. So the events that took place, everybody managed to run from the city. It has been now about 2 weeks since everything has taken place in Vegas. The belief, of course, is that the Camarilla is still there to some degree, but rumors coming out of the town now indicate a change in the political tide. The Giovanni have largely taken over large swaths of the city and claimed it as their own. The Camarilla is still there in some nominal fashion, although they haven't declared a prince as of yet. There is now a fairly steady Anarch presence to some degree, and that is probably the biggest change. There are rumors abound now after the events of Las Vegas and the fall of Prince Benedict, and the rallying cry of Twisted Sister that the Anarchs are finally getting around that we are not going to take it, and they're finally assembling. Somebody needed to give them the swift kick in the butt, and they are now starting to hear the rally cry throughout the United States. California is starting to get rowdy all over again, although nothing has been solidified as of yet. There are rumblings of clashes in California and up along the East Coast. There have been clashes in New York, specifically around New York City. There have been protests in Boston, but
because of our takedown of Benedict.
Yes.
Wow.
So is there a little ripple effect going on?
It is starting to ripple. The
growl heard around the world.
The revolution.
Yeah. It's the one thing the Anarchs really have going for them. If they can find a cause to believe in, they can start to rally and make a change. The problem is their passion is not only their biggest strength, but their greatest weakness, often at times too. But in this particular case, it is coming true. While Boston is no longer Camarilla, the Anarchs have taken the liberty to use that as an opportunity, as a kind of a rallying cry, and have been using some of the more freer locations of Camarilla control or weaker locations of Camarilla control to start recruiting for the cause. The Camarilla has begun to suffer. There are rumors coming out that while they are still maintaining the stance of they no longer recognize the Anarchs as an independent faction, that they are wanting these wayward children to come in. There are rumors that the Anarchs have gained, or not the Anarchs, but the Sabbat has gained strength, not from Anarchs, from disillusioned Camarilla members who have started to defect and are wanting to, but you want that sort of structure still. It's not many, but there is enough to say that there is a groundswell. There is possibly a groundswell movement of defectors leaving the Camarilla and going to the Sabbat. It could be propaganda. It could be a little bit of both. No one is certain, but it is a purveying rumor that is heard primarily up around the northern parts of the United States, such as Montreal, Ottawa. There has been some rumors around Vancouver, which Vancouver had previously been a Camarilla city. And that is largely all coming out of Portland, believe it or not. And the reason for that is while the events of Las Vegas were underway, another revolution was taking place in your backyard. The Sabbat, the Sword of Cain, came back in even greater numbers and ransacked the city of Portland, claiming it as their own. There is a confirmed rumor that Lucian, the former Bruja Primogen to the Camarilla court, had been one of the vampires who had remained in Portland to try and rally what was left of the young court, and he was basically drawn and quartered by the Sabbat.
Wow.
And his blood was apparently used to fuel their lustful appetites. And a bloodbath, and there is a confirmed bloodbath that had been called, and Ekaterina has taken over as the Archbishop of Portland, Oregon.
Well, she's welcome.
So there is a lot of people around in the United States currently within these past 2 weeks. On the local front, however, you will note that Sophie didn't leave a goodbye note this time, but she did say that now that the events of Las Vegas were done, that she was going to have to focus on some things with Colin that really needed to get taken care of. And so she was going to be focusing on that for a while. So she might be out of communication for a bit. She'll still be coming back. I mean, she did confirm to everybody that she's not like leaving, but that there were other things that she needed to handle, as well as she probably could use some downtime with everything that was happening. You also note around the town it's been fairly quiet finally. There's been no there's the violence in the city has kind of tapered off to an extent. The police are starting to get a hang on that. While funding hasn't been completely secured, the downtick in violent crimes has definitely helped belay a lot of concerns, although there is still recruiting efforts to try and replace some of the lost officers and retired officers who have since moved on. You would also know in the Joint Haven over the past 2 weeks, it has gotten furnished. It's not super stellar. It looks like somebody may have made a couple runs to IKEA of some form, but it's all new. It's not secondhand or anything. It's like at one point you would wake up in the night, wake up in the morning or at night, I should say, and much of the day had been spent to assembling, new couches and new hanging of wall fixtures and the assembly of framework, entertainment stands and whatnot. So the house is kind of permeated with a new house smell. Not because the house is new, but because most everything in it is new. There is a new fridge, which the fridge actually has a custom option built into it, a discrete in one. It's basically one of those one that opens up double doors, and the ice maker and whatnot. But the ice maker has been subbed out. So it's just like not there. It's like a thick panel, but you would know because there was like instructions that were left by whoever had it custom modified. The door itself actually has several pints of, or can house several pints of blood.
Nice.
at any one given time. But it's discreet, so that way, if you happen to have like humans over or something, and they're just open up the fridge, they're not going to go, "Oh, hey, bags of blood." You know, it's actually in the thing. You have to know the switch to flip it. So it's.
I was half expecting you to say that it's now got blood on tap instead of.
Me too. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Just put my glass under there and I'm good.
And then I was like, oh, all of those different vintages mixed together. That will not do.
Yeah, no. There is also, there is the one thing that is top notch is there is a nice TV in here. So it's a pretty big 65-incher smart TV, you know, with the control and everything. Internet has already been installed here at the house. So that is not an option, or that is not a problem anymore either. And automatic lights have been installed outside. So walk anywhere near it, they click on and whatnot. So most of it's creature comforts.
Cool.
So, Rachel, you still have not found your own haven yet, if I recall correctly. So I think you were
because
staying
I
here.
wanted to. Yeah, I'm in the process of looking for a new place.
Gotcha. And then Henry, would you be here or were you at your place?
I'm mainly staying at my place. I'm using the pool house just as a place just to maybe meet with people, and just kind of like as a, I don't know, like a spare condo kind of thing. Like if I was but like it's not secure enough to take to bring people back to work on, you know. So
Gotcha.
I would want my house to do that. So
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so then Damaris, at this point, you would awake from the evening, still getting used to the newness of everything that's in here. The couch is still here, but that has actually been moved directly into Hesperia's room.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I might have even helped with that.
But
Okay.
otherwise, I mean, the house is set up. You would note that the ground outside around the tree has not been disturbed, where Remus usually would, you know, arise from his grave, sort of thing, because he kept, you know, sleeping under the tree.
so you moved. So Remus left my place at the tree to come to this house, the New Haven with the tree.
He did at that point,
For
yes.
his, maybe there's more room for his elliptic toes now.
Maybe.
Just smells better out here.
Probably does, actually.
So Damaris, at this point, you'd probably be getting up and doing your whatever your initial nightly routine might be. When you would see Remus there at this point, actually having made use of one of the rooms instead of arising from the ground. Remus, would you like to explain how you are dressed or looking these days?
Yeah, I'm still. It's the clothing it's much finer. Like the old hoodie and stuff that I was wearing before is essentially just gone. I'm wearing I still like to favor hoods, but like they're much nicer. They're from like actual like brand named places. I may even like sometimes like if I need to go out, I'll put like a sport coat over top of it, just so I have the hood as well as that. I'm dressing a lot cleaner now. I mean, in addition to like the idea of him being dirty as like a like to like be one with like homeless people is kind of he's not really doing that anymore. Um, I think he's probably like even like taking like good care of his hair now, like showering and
Oh.
like putting product in. But yeah, he's dressing a little nicer these days.
Nice. part of Damaris's like morning routine is actually going to be starting to incorporate scrying when she gets up around the property and around the sort of surrounding areas. Just because at this point she's getting a little bit more paranoid. We keep ending up pissing off a lot of people. So she's going to start scrying around. So just basic stuff.
Okay. So you're spending time scrying around the joint haven.
Yeah. Might as well. And after she's done, just as a side, this is what she'll be doing in her downtime. She's gonna be like kind of scoping out a bunch of other places for potential havens for herself.
Okay.
Something on the outskirts, I would say.
So how far outskirts? Because Ashland is kind of long.
Yeah. Well, she wants something similar to what she had before, sort of mountainside. So if she's getting any leads from anybody else about hidden areas to make her own, Killian, if he knows any other areas.
Okay, well, so you've spent some time doing that. You're not coming up with anything outside of like regular property that's for sale, which is all like those areas are super expensive.
And yeah, I don't expect it. She's got money, but not something like that. She wants something that she can kind of convert. That's sort of hidden away, just like any normal place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, right now you're not coming up with anything, but it's a big forest.
Just gonna keep looking.
Lots
she
of
does that
mountains.
every night as kind of like her routine now.
Sure.
She'll search around the area and then she'll just kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna pan out to this area, see what I find, sort of deal.
Okay. All right. So, Henri, we have last we left off with you outside of the antics in Vegas. Robert had told you that he had found somebody.
Oh, so yeah, he's working on an apprentice for me. So has he?
Yes. Which he's kind of been doing in offhandedly because you've obviously been busy with other. Primarily, him driving everybody down to Vegas and whatnot. I'm checking. Right. I don't know if we gave that person. I don't think so.
I don't recall. I don't think so.
But he was a Ren Fair-ish leather worker.
Ren Fair-ish and smelled. Oh gosh, he had a distinct smell to him. I can't remember what it was though.
Probably something like sandalwood.
Maybe but there was something distinct about it, and I can't remember what it was. And it was kind of geekly too, like kind of a geeky kind of guy, like a. And then there was we're focused on the apprentice first,
mm-hmm.
and then maybe as a second retainer. But mainly, I just need somebody because Robert's not interested in leather working at all. So that's why I need to have to train somebody on leather working and to get so that we can make money. Basically, that's like there's somebody to hand a legacy onto. So have I met with him, or is it seems more established that he's interested?
No. During the 2 weeks, you did manage to meet with him. You arranged specifically for an evening meet, obviously.
Do you want to give him a name or?
Yeah, no, I'm looking one up right now.
Okay.
Oops. Do. like it when it does that. I try to click back and then it takes me all the way back.
Mm.
So his name is Zachariah Johnson.
All right.
Goes by Zach.
What is that? And does he have a specialty in leatherworking at all, or he's just interested in all of it? Like, what's bringing him on board here?
Well, that he already does some leatherworking. He's done that at the Ren Fair.
No, but like, does he have a special work? Like, or is he just good at with all leatherworking?
He does. He does a lot of the same stuff you would find in a Ren Fair. So it's mostly just pouches and belts.
Okay.
Go. But when you met him, he's kind of a tall, lanky fellow. Not a whole lot of fat on him. He's average looking, but would probably be better if he got his teeth worked.
Okay.
He could probably stand to use a haircut, but he typically has long blonde hair, kind of dishwater blonde, that doesn't really get combed. Usually just gets pulled back. Most of the clothing he usually wears is reminiscent of something you'd get at the Ren Fair because he doesn't really have a whole lot of money. He's one of those itinerant type people that just kind of goes where the work is, and usually just follows Ren Fairs around. But he has opted to stay around here if it is the promise of steady pay.
Okay. How many rooms is my house?
Never really decided, but we can say it's 3. Or well, it should be 4. No, it would be 3 because you had the basement for your goodies.
Right. So so a master bedroom, 2 rooms, and a basement.
Yes.
Okay. So if we're talking about bringing him on board, it's like one of the first things I have to do is I have to move the bodies out of the basement into my room, and get a padlock for the door. So that's not something he needs to see right away. So I would put my friends in my room.
Okay.
And then I mean, if he's talking about staying around, we could work out as part of his pay. We could work out room and board at the house.
Okay. Okay. So then, presuming that you've opted to pitch him that idea, and as you've already taken some time before he's come over to clean and move said friends into the other room.
Yes.
So, I mean, he shows up, he's got kind of those baggy pants and homemade boots on. He's got, but he happens to have, a t-shirt on, like your regular screen print type t-shirt.
So Robert had
Typically
procured
carries around a bag with him.
He procured a tuxedo from me at one point, I think it was, or just an old suit from like something that he dug up. I can't remember because he got something for Remus and I to wear. So I would wear, rather than my plague doctor outfit, I would wear this old suit. I probably got holes in it, whatever. So when Zachary's coming over to meet with him.
Okay, so if that's the case, Robert would have to get you a different one because that one went with Remus.
Yeah, so
and
then
it was never any indication that he was giving it back, so Remus kind of left it laying around someplace at the other Haven.
All right. Then in feeding, maybe I'm gonna look for somebody that's roughly my size, so that when I feed, maybe I can strip somebody and take their clothes.
Well, I'm not too concerned with it. I mean, you could have easily obtained some a measure of decent clothing.
Okay. So that's what I'm wearing when Zachary comes over then.
Okay. So he comes. He knocks on the door. Robert lets him in. Kind of showing him around. And he's like, "Kind of pine scenty, man."
It is indeed. Welcome, Zachary. It's to freshen up the place. We have moved some things around for you. I want to show you the workshop down below, and just to see fully what your intent is in the apprenticeship. Like, what is your understanding of this position?
Oh, so Robert here was talking about like leatherworking, kind of like pouches and belts, and I don't know. I think he kind of mentioned like like leather chest pieces and pauldrons and whatnot.
I have done all this. My first leatherworking job was I was an apprentice within making hardbound books. I would make the leather-bound books, and then the ladies' purses and boudoir and corsets out of leather, gloves. So there was of years of I've picked up many things. I see your boots. Did you make your own boots there?
Oh no! I picked these up at like a Ren fair a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, they are nice. It's not as good a quality as I would expect, but it is something that I can teach you as well. Do you have your own tools?
Yeah, I've got some.
Okay. Where did you train? Are you a self-taught, or was there someone within that took you on within this?
Oh
this
no, it's usually at the fairs and whatnot. I was looking to try and like work my way around and hang out in the fairgrounds, and so I had somebody teach me. At first, it was like punching leather holes and cutting leather strips down, and then he showed me how to make the press and the designs, and so.
It sounds like you've collected a lot through odd jobs. You've collected a lot of minor skills.
Yeah, you could say that.
All right. So my proposition for you is to train. There is a need for higher end leatherworking. I have a friend that has if we have product that can actually do a shop for us. So you could either we could hire someone to manage the shop, or that may be something you may be interested in. But my main pursuit is to train someone to do the leatherworking. Yeah, I can take you down below to show you the workshop. If you're interested, I'm not sure what your financial situation is, or what your living abode is. We do have a spare room that we can work within the contract that you're working for me as an apprentice.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, that would beat the hostel I'm currently staying at.
The hostel, that is isn't that where a lot of people come to stay, and you are sharing rooms, so forth, or?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Like bunk beds and whatnot.
No. Let me show you the workshop, and then you can, if this is something that you're interested in, I will show you the tools I have. Robert, you have spoken to him. If there's something that we need, he can procure that for us. Do you have your own transportation, or did Robert have to pick you up? I was not paying attention earlier. If that's
no, man. I can get around. I can. I usually bus it, or in a pinch, I hit a Uber.
Oh, I've heard there's the Uber. Yes, because there are no buses that come out here. I have, but the Uber does come here. It's always a different person for some reason. So here, come downstairs. You must see the workshops and how I have it set up, and see how you appreciate what we have.
All right. So he just slings his bag, over his shoulder and follows you down into the basement.
Okay. So, and then, I mean, it's nice set up down here. There's a couple tables. it's very obvious, and depending upon how he's, well, not very obvious. If he's looking around, he might notice that there's areas that are cleaner than other place. Like something might have been there and now it's missing, kind of thing. Like because like maybe one whole wall is really, there's a lot of tools, there's a lot of stuff there, and another wall there's just nothing on this wall for some reason. So but there's leather working tools. He's probably familiar with most of them, but there are some specialty tools in here he might not have seen before. So I'm excited. I'm in my element, so I'm probably naming these tools, but in French. So like, this is all this is scrape. It is. I prefer to take the skin from the animal, the beast myself. It is much fresher that way. If you are not accustomed to that, we can purchase leather from somewhere else. But if it is freshly cured, freshly killed, the leather is always easier to work with when you are working with it.
Oh wow! No, I've never done that, man.
But there are smells that you must to brine the leather. There are smells. If you can get past the smell, it is much better leather to work with.
So what do you like talking like a carniceria smell?
Like a
man,
what?
That smells like straight up homicide.
Homicide would be a very good definition for it. I like that. I like the homicide. No, we one of the best liquids to place the uncured leather in is urine. This is something that to take a vat of urine. It does not have to be human urine. It can be a cat piss for that matter. So it's
good. I was thinking because like I don't have that much pee in me, man. I can't be pissing on like a bunch of skins.
No. That's okay. That's something that we would purchase from somewhere else. So like, if normally we would work with a local farm. If we were purchasing a cow from the farm, then we can skin the leather. Robert likes the fresh beef from the cow. So we know that the only thing that is the bones that are left over, but we can just destroy the bones at that point. So, but we will start you slow. I will order leather to teach you how to work with what we have, and then the next level would be the curing of the leather from that point.
Okay, man. I'm in.
All right, but let's go upstairs. I can show you the extra bedroom. Robert, there is nothing in the extra bedroom, is there not?
No, boss, we don't have anything in there right now. I'll have to go get something, but I mean, we can order it, have it delivered.
All right, so Zachary, you can. I mean, as far as your pay, we will order a bed for you. We will get some place for you to stay. We'll just adjust payment. It is to furnish the room for you per se, and then you and Robert probably keep the same sleeping schedule. I am a night owl person. I like the evening, so you will have to adjust your schedule to me, so that I can train you in the evenings.
Oh, okay. I'm sure that's fine. I don't have like any immediate plans.
And once that is done, once you have trained for several weeks and travel skills, I will release on your own, and you can work on the day, and we can just check in maybe once or twice a week to see how you are going. Maybe leave notes to one another to write each other notes within for training if there's something that you don't know, and I will review your work and to circle and mark what is what. If it's shit, I will destroy it. It's okay.
Okay, man. But you're the boss.
All right. Well, Robert, is there something that we need to ask? You said something about a security check for him. I don't know how to do that. Is that something that you are due for him, or?
No, I can get all that information from him later.
Okay. So, Zachariah, I think what we should do at this point is you shall the home, make it yours. You may go where you wish. My room is my room. It is locked because I don't want anyone to go into my room. Very private. I would suspect that Robert doesn't want you in his room. But the rest of the house is yours to do as you wish. A backyard to walk around, all that. I don't know the neighbors; they're kind of far away. So if you want to meet the neighbors, that's up to you. But Robert, did you get the phone for the house, or because you got me a cell phone and you have a cell phone, but I don't know if we
Oh,
we have.
no, we don't have a phone for the house. So I can get him a disposable.
Oh, so he will have his own cell phone. So if you can, Robert, program his number within my phone because I still don't know how to do that shit. So it's um, in Zachary, I need to let you know there are times that I am very busy. I have some friends within the state that so they have crazy things going on. So if it's an emergency, you can always call or leave a text and say it is an emergency. Otherwise, I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay, man. So can I like toss my stuff in the room then or something?
Yeah, is there any things that you want to tell me? I mean, I would say welcome aboard, and I can start training. We can maybe start get comfortable today, and we can start training tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, man.
All right. Well, welcome. I was Robert. I will let you to do the contract, whatever you do for the house. But Zachary, we shall train tomorrow. I think maybe I should go out and try to catch up to my friends. I have not seen them in a little while to see how they are. So I try to call them and see how they are doing.
Okay, so he takes Zach off to show him the rest of the house and figure out a sleeping arrangement for him while they work on getting him a bed.
All right. Then I'm gonna on the group test that Hesperia did before. I'm just gonna find the group text and just type in bonjour and then just hit send to see who replies back.
Okay. So Remus, it's that French fellow.
I'll text back. How are you doing? Okay, yeah. I'm at this point. Like, I guess I'm just probably at the Haven, with my new computer and stuff, just like getting acquainted with it.
All right. So since he replied back, it's like opening the floodgates. So now I'm typing in full paragraphs at this point, and I'm like, I am fine. I maybe go into like a whole description of how it was bringing Zachary on board, and I'm going to have a new roommate at the house, and I'm going to start training him. I'm really excited. It's been difficult going out about. I've only killed 3 people in the past 2 weeks, but it's been very nice healing the burned flesh away. And how are you? So.
I like this is George. I really appreciate like how Henri is like the sweetest person while also at the same time being also like a crazed murderer. Like the dichotomy of like him just being so accommodating to this guy during the job interview and then just being like, yes, so I ate the face off of a guy. It was no big deal. Like yeah.
There's 2 sides.
Yeah. No, I'll read all that and I'll just message Jerome, have I been feeling any different aside from just like, I mean, like, do I feel weird at all? No. Okay. So yeah, I'll just say I'll text back to the group, nothing to report, just I think I'm finally relaxing for the first time in like a year.
Oh, so you are fitting into the unlife now. So you have started to accommodate into this new world.
I'll text back. You could say that.
Are you at the new home with the New Haven with the ladies?
Do I know who's home at the moment? Is it just Damaris or?
Yeah, you know Damaris is here.
Okay. I'll text back.
You're not sure where Hesperia and Jewel are at.
Okay.
And you know that Cuddles is here as well.
Cuddles. Hold
The
on.
cat.
The cat? Wait, is that Sophie's cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, are we cat sitting for her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Specifically Auntie Hesperia.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll text Hesperia is not, or I'll say the boss isn't here, but Damaris is. I don't know if there's any no news is good news, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know if there's any pressing business. If there is, I have not been alerted to it.
All right. So if the ladies are fine and you are fine, then I will. Since I have taken on this apprentice, I guess I will focus on my apprentice. I apologize for being out of said loop for the time. But if you need me, you know how to receive me. You may call me direct if you wish, or this group chat is very nice because you can. I like how I can scroll backwards and see the conversation and remind myself what has happened before. It's good for that.
Is Henri typing all of this?
Yes.
Like typing instead of the voice text?
Oh no, yeah, he types it all out. He doesn't. No one's
Wow.
taught him how to do the voice thing yet. So
Very
it takes a while for his response. You just see those three little dots kind of
impressive. For like 15 minutes.
Yep, and then eventually, bloop.
Yeah, I'll say no, after everything, a bit of downtime was probably needed for everyone. But I'll let you know if anything pops up.
Okay. The pool house. In order for me to be a sleeping environment, I need to get the windows black shaded or heavy shades. I don't. Is there someone? Someone was saying something about buying more furniture for the place.
I got that. I could take care of that.
You have no money.
I'll just type like I stumbled on some.
Oh, well, fantastic. I wish I could stumble in the same gold mine that you stumbled upon myself.
And then you see Hesperia end up texting, and it says, "Could someone please bring several cans of tuna?"
I'll text. I'll put in. What is it called when you get your groceries delivered?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a little late for that.
Oh, really?
But
Oh,
I
damn.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
There's like
Okay.
Uber Eats. No, Uber Eats is for food. Restaurant with food.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called when you like have groceries delivered. But yeah, I'll say
The cart.
yeah, Instacart. There you go. I'll say I'll Instacart it. That okay? Question mark.
So then there's some more typing. It says, "But that won't be here till tomorrow."
Then I was trying to avoid having to go out and do it myself, but now I'll type. I'll say okay. I'll go out and get some. And then yeah, I'll put on
Nonsense. Just have Henry get it and bring it over.
So I still got my phone. Lady Brian, I would be glad to pick this up for you. Is there a specific type of tuna fish that I shall get? Did you say canned tuna fish?
The one with the cat on it.
I will find this too sweet. So I say to Robert, I'm like, Robert, I need to stop at the store to pick up the canned tuna for Hesperia, and I'm going to go see Remus.
So he kind of does one of those like peers out from down the hallway, pausing in mid-conversation, and gives you a really bizarre look. And he's like, okay.
They have a cat.
Oh. Good luck, boss.
I'm like, oh wait. I go to my room. I look for my wallet. Is there any money in my wallet? I've only got one in resources, so
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you've got like a 20 spot on you.
Okay, so I'm like, I'm good. So I have my phone. I have the keys. I have my wallet. I am out of the place. Zachary, welcome to the abode. Don't do
thanks,
anything
man.
I want to do. And I kind of like chuckle really loud.
Okay. Okay, so you are on your way to the nearest grocery store to obtain the can of the tuna.
Zakana tuna.
So Trudy, as you are waking up again for the evening, there is a knock at your bedroom door.
I usually prefer, that's a word. I usually prefer to get ready for the day before I go out into the house, or for the evening. But I'll just gather my dressing gown and answer the door.
Okay, it's Seth.
Oh.
And he says you had a package delivered, ma'am. And so he just hands you, a small bundle of roses.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that and close the door again and check the card.
It says 2T from V.
From V? Okay. I'll set them up and get ready for the evening.
Okay. So you get finished and get prepared and make yourself as venture fabulous as you normally do. And Seth is waiting for you on the outside of your bedroom, like he normally is. He's got his data pad in front of him, like he normally does. The house is a little bit more buzz than it normally is, but it's more foot traffic than anything. It's not like you hear a lot of loud voices or anything.
Report for the evening?
He says, yes, so your new security officer, IT person, has made some requests for upgraded equipment. The staff is bringing that in now. We
Excellent.
should have that up and running probably by tomorrow night with her specifications.
What kind of equipment is this?
It's all
Those more computer things?
yes.
Oh,
Basically, we had one level of computer, and we now have a higher level of computer. If that makes sense, man.
It doesn't, but continue.
Okay. He says of course, flowers came for you, so which I presented to you. Outside of that, it's been relatively quiet. We have heard some rumors outside of town. I don't know if you wanted to go over that now or perhaps later in a more private setting.
Once the deliveries have all arrived, I suppose, would be appropriate.
Of course.
Have we heard back from our Portland contact yet?
So he holds the interview room door open for you.
Or is that the news that you were referring to?
It's related, ma'am.
Is it urgent?
Well, if you're asking, we should probably go over it now.
Fair enough. And I'll go into the room and sit down.
Okay. He says, okay, so in a unrelated event, if I could call it that, As you are aware, the Sabbat have taken over Portland.
Regrettable.
So this has complicated some things from our contacts there. They have not backed out, to the best of my understanding. It's delayed some of what they're trying to do. I believe they're trying to assess the new landlord, as they put it.
I suppose they are going to want some help with that. I don't think we're in any position to oust the Sabbat at this juncture, but I'm sure they're not having a nice time of it.
No, yeah, I don't believe we are. From my understanding, and this is only from the brief conversations that I've had with our contact, it doesn't look like the new, and he refers to him basically off the book. He'll always refer to him as like the landlord or something like that to keep it, masquerade safe in case anybody is, eavesdropping. But he says, to my understanding, the landlords do not know of their presence.
Well, I didn't know of their presence, so that's safer for them. Good.
So outside of that, obviously that has caused some delays with some of the work and moving people into the building downtown.
That would have been my next question. Well, this is unfortunate, but unavoidable, I suppose. So, still no answer as to a potential solution.
None as of yet. I believe the changing of the guard in Portland has created divergent attention, so it's taking up their time. Obviously, because it's directly in their house, and we're kind of a secondary concern at this. I'm still attempting to maintain in contact with them as best as I can.
I do appreciate that. Good work.
I have taken the liberty of looking at recommended websites from, well, let's just say layman's in the field. I'm sorry, I still have a hard time wrapping my head around all of this, but I have taken the suggestion and I have started playing music on a loop overnight, and it has helped some downtown.
Well, unorthodox, but if it seems to be helping, that's great.
It's helped at least with the one restaurant that has moved in. Your first tenant has not reported any disturbances of any nature to us for the past week.
Excellent.
So I'm hoping that's a good sign.
Very good. Keep me apprised.
Of course, ma'am. Did you have any other? Did you have anything else you needed from the other tenants of this city? Did you need me to contact anybody for you?
Well, I ought to check in with the council and see how everyone's holding up after their well, it's been a lot quieter, so I hope they've had a bit of rest. But maybe we should stop by and check in on them.
Of course. Did you wish me to reach out, or did you want to?
I will use the text message.
Then please do, ma'am. I'll go ahead and make sure that the rest of the deliveries are taken care of and secured.
Very good. I will check with you a little later.
And so with that, he just opens the door and walks out, and it's just making sure that the deliveries that are coming at this point and are being unpackaged and what are done correctly.
I'm first going to send a message to thank the sender for the roses and that they are lovely.
Okay.
And then I will
Voice
read
to text,
through.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I will read through the novels on the council text and write back. Good evening, friends. I would like to stop by and see you. And that's it.
Okay.
I guess I'll add, is tonight convenient?
I'll text back. Wait, have I met Trudy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact,
All right,
the
I
last
couldn't
time
remember.
she played, you asked the same question.
Oh, okay.
Is she texting?
The council.
Oh. Okay.
Just the whole group.
Damaris is gonna take a second away from her scrying and look at her phone and be like, okay, nothing happening here, but sure.
I'm gonna pull over, put my hazard lights on, and then pull out the phone to see who has responded. And I'll be like, "Oh, Trudy," so it's been so long. And then I'll send that one, and I'll send out another one. Damaris, you are awake and you're around as well. It's so good to hear from you too. And send that one as well. I'll wait a few minutes before getting back on the road to see if they text. So.
Okay.
Henri needs one of those stickers that says this vehicle makes frequent stops.
Text.
Bloop! Gotta pull over. What was that?
All right, so I'll go ask Seth for a ride.
Okay. So then he gets the car ready, makes sure that his weapons are locked and loaded, holds the door for you, and then drives you over to the Haven. So shortly thereafter, you end up hearing a car. Those of you who are at the Haven, you hear a car pulling up outside.
I'll head downstairs and I'll go. I guess I'll go and let Trudy in. Oh, is it Trudy or is it Henri?
It's Trudy.
Okay, I'll go and I'll let Trudy in.
Seth is remaining at the vehicle, just kind of keeping an eye out. Remus is looking kind of John Cusack now for a moment here.
John Wick.
I was thinking like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, almost like.
Why, Remus, is that you?
Yeah.
You've
Come on in.
You've had a bit of an upgrade.
Sure. Come on in.
You look very sharp tonight.
Thank you. I'm trying some new things out. But yeah, we've actually I can show you around the place. Come on. We've added some new furnishings.
Oh, it indeed looks much more homey.
Yeah. We've moved the wooden spool with no cord around it that is no longer inside the house. We now actually have a decent table. We have chairs. I know, shocking. We have also moved the previous couch into Hesperia's territory because it was clearly marked as hers, and and we're all happier.
It's much nicer.
Yeah. Can I get you a drink? You
Oh no,
thirsty? Okay. Yeah. We're still waiting on Henri. He's picking up cat food. We have a cat we're looking after.
that's what the tuna
Yeah.
was about.
Yeah. In fact, and I'll pull out my phone and I'm gonna put in an Instacart order, but I'm gonna order like a ton of cat food just so that way I don't have to worry about it like again.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna have this cat, but I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna have to deal with this for a while. Just order like a bunch of cat food.
Okay. You know, a 16-pound bag.
Probably Cuddles is gonna get tired of it after the second can.
I mean, it's not
Well,
my
he'll
cat.
let us know now.
Yeah. It says fancy on the can, though.
So it must be good. It says that. Awesome.
What are you all up to tonight?
Um,
Haven hunting.
What did you say, Rachel?
Oh, I said as she comes down the stairs and she overhears that. Oh, Haven hunting.
Moving so soon?
Yeah.
Just have the place furnished.
It's not my place. I like my
Oh.
own place.
Oh, I can respect that.
Outside of that, it's been relatively quiet for once.
It is nice to have a bit of a dry spell.
You know, it just means that something else is going on before we get hit with something.
hopefully, it doesn't mean another group of weirdos is encroaching on our territory, and then just letting us know that it's happening.
How are you with security on this place?
It could be better, and I think we
Yeah.
probably need to talk with the Baron about it. But I would be all for um, upgrading our defenses here. I don't know. I don't know what trouble's going to follow us from Vegas, but I'd rather it have a hard time getting to us. But
Yeah, that for shortened version means yes, we need more.
I recently hired my own security specialist. Handles all of the computer things. But I thought, as long as we're upgrading my place, maybe we could do something with this one too.
sounds good.
I'm gonna open the door or maybe I'll just text Seth.
Okay.
Since he's outside. I'll do the voice to text and say, Mr. Cronin, see about asking Miss Steger to handle some security for this haven.
Okay. So he texts back, "Yes, ma'am."
I'll just put the phone away.
And then the van comes pulling up, and you hear the crackle and popping of gravel on the outside as it pulls up the outside of the haven.
As a polite host, I go over and I open the door for Henri as he comes walking up.
All right, out of character, I have no idea how much a can of tuna fish costs. It's like $1.
Yeah, it's super cheap.
If that, like store brand is like 50 cents.
I mean, it's not as cheap as it used to be.
So I'm gonna buy 10 cans. Is
Okay.
what I'll buy. So, so I walk up. So, oh, enchanté, Remus. You look magnifique. What is
thank you.
you're my olfactory when I approach you, it's how I say pleasant. It's you and your hair is what has possessed you?
I don't know. Just
Oh.
felt like
I got it.
I needed a change.
This is quite abrupt. Are you still sleeping within the ground, or are you moved to the bed?
I have a bed.
Wow, that's quite
Yeah.
interesting.
It just kind of felt like I wasn't really accomplishing anything what I was doing before. But knew I shouldn't. I'm trying new things. We'll see how it works. But come on in. Trudy's here already.
I have the Sudi is here. Okay, I have the cans of food for the cat. So do I give it to you?
Yeah, I'll take care of it. How much did it put you back?
It's just a few dollars. It's all right.
You sure?
No, it's okay. I had it as a 20. I was quite fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll treat you to something next time. But yeah, come on in. I don't know where the cat is.
Yeah, you can get him a pack of gum for a can of tuna. You'll be fine.
Do you like gum, Henri?
No, I do not like it.
It was a joke.
With my teeth, this does not work very well with the gum.
Yeah,
Oh.
mine either. Because I guess now I have the pronounced fangs.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
What is the cat's name? It's
Henri, you feel some smacking at your kneecap.
I look down.
Okay. The cat just looking right up at you. Meow.
Puddles would like some food.
All right. I have not used this before.
Oh, that's right. I'm the only person in this room who can't talk to animals, right?
I don't think I can.
Oh no,
You being Gangrel, I would hope so.
Well, I
you didn't buy.
didn't take any animalism, which I assume is the one for talking to animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Level 1 animalism.
Okay, that could have been really funny.
It doesn't count blood to do feral whispers, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay, so then I kneel down and I'm like just meow meow meow, and I'm talking to Cuddles. I'm like, oh, I've brought the food for you. It's in the can. We just need to have, and I'm pointing at Remus. Does meow meow meow. And I'm like, we need to have him open the can up so you can eat. Is it would it make you happy?
So Cuddles kind of looks to the side and he's like, "Dear me, man, you got store brand."
They said it was supposed to be a zakan. I said the brings the tuna, and they said zakan. What is
the one with the feline on it? You know what a cat is, correct?
Yeah, well, I'm speaking so cat. It's so yes, I know what the cat is. Do I need to take this back? I got 10 cans.
No, I'll make two.
I stand up and I'm like, I look at Remus. So he's not happy with the cat food I got. I was supposed to get the one with the cat.
Oh, he's a snobby cat.
I mean, if he doesn't want to eat it, then there's like 100 cans of fancy stuff coming in the morning. He's not gonna die.
He said he.
Yeah.
So I lean back down to he said he ordered fancy stuff for you. What do you mean fancy stuff? Because I know he's going to ask.
Yeah, so it's like chunks, and it's got soup and real ingredients in it. It's better for them, but yeah. But I mean,
very nice. It's like a beef stew cat food. Is what I said. It's like.
I mean, if he's hungry, he'll eat what we just brought him.
So why exactly can he not speak to me?
He does not have this ability.
Are we certain he ordered the correct brand?
Does it have a cat on it?
Yeah, I picked like the premium most brand.
He said it's a premium, expensive brand, and it has a cat on it.
Very well.
You are quite a prissy cat. You know that, don't you?
I am a highly educated cat with refined tastes. Thank you.
How are you educated? Like, what do you
Cuddles.
know?
You went to yow.
What abilities do you have? What do you know?
Stanford.
Do you speak to the cats in the neighborhood? I could get the lowdown on what else is going on in the neighborhood from here.
Good Lord, man. Why would I speak to those commoners?
Oh, so I'm going to say hi to Trudy, and I just stand up, brush myself off, and I'm like, au revoir, Cathy.
Yeah, so he
Cracking up.
he just takes one of the cans, like, heaves it up in his mouth and walks over to the tile, and then he takes his paw, swipes at the tab, and just rips it straight off.
This cat has abilities.
This cat used to be this is like an Animorph situation. This is a person who's stuck in animal form.
It really is.
This is a very unusual cat. I didn't know you had a cat.
We're pet sitting.
Whose cat is it? It came with you when you came into here.
Sophie's.
Sophie's. Yeah. But Sophie does not live here. Why are you? Oh, you're.
We're watching it, I guess.
Yeah, she's taking care of some stuff with the hubby. So I guess we're taking care of the cat for the moment.
All right, this makes sense. Today, I've taken on a roommate, or he's an apprentice. He's going to live in the third bedroom at the house.
And help you with your craft?
Yes, because I have not been able to do very much leatherworking. He has an interest in the leatherworking, and he has some skill. So by training him, I hope to be able to furnish whatever you had talked about, a storefront, and I was speaking of getting an open booth within the Ren Fair, but you had said something along the lines of a storefront. So
I'm sure if you've got the quantity, you could do a Ren Fair too, or when the Shakespeare Festival comes into town. That would be a great opportunity.
The last time we have spoken, I've made 3 bags. That's all I have made. I have not had time. We've gone through a lot of things.
You have been a busy bee.
Yes, we have. So, but Zachary, he's very curious and very interested in working. He does not know of our world. So I'm going to just bring him on and the leatherworking apprentice, and we go keep everything under the cover of darkness. He just knows I have odd hours at this point.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
I'm very excited. Thank you. So Sophie is with her husband, and where is Esperia, our Lady Baron?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna go over to Hesperia's room and I'm gonna knock on it.
On her bedroom door?
Yes.
Okay. You don't get any answer.
I'll knock again, louder this time.
Okay. Still no answer.
She doesn't have a car, right?
What's that?
Drive. She doesn't drive, right?
No, she drives.
Oh, she does? Oh, that's right. I remember her Hello Kitty merchandise.
Does she have a car that I would know is gone?
Yeah.
As like a symbol of her being gone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know that she's not here.
Wherever she is, she's probably with Jewel. Just you're not certain where she's at.
Okay, I'll return to the group and I'll say, the Baron's not here. I'm not sure exactly where she is, but yeah.
Well, I hope she's staying out of trouble.
I'm sure. I don't think you've ever called her the Baron before. You normally like a title didn't really mean anything to you before. Is this I think this is the first time you've called her the Baron. Is that something I would pick up on, or
Are you asking me?
No,
Or
Jerome.
okay.
That's entirely up to you.
So I'm like, because I think I'm the only one that calls her like the Baron or Lady Baron. Everybody else uses, but now you're using her title, and it's just like I'm gonna kind of look at. So you are interested in the titles now? Is this something that is important to you now?
I wouldn't say important. It's just that I have spent the better part of the year uh, actively fighting and trying to reject all of the stuff that I've had to deal with, all of the political nonsense, all of that stuff, and it has not served me well. And so the way I see it, at least paying attention and giving a little bit of lip service to these like the schemings and things, like I think it'll serve me better to understand where I find myself currently.
Can I do a little bit of a perception check on Remus? Because he is talking way more refined than he used to be.
Sure.
Way more. Like, I've never heard him talk like this before.
I didn't used to talk that much to begin with.
That's right.
That too, exactly. I'm suspicious. Like, what's going on with you?
He sounds like he took
Would it
a
be perception?
class.
So you're trying to do
Trying to see, like, if I can sense a change in him.
what it'd be wits and alertness that you're doing
Okay.
on the fly.
That's 3 alertness. Okay. Two.
Okay. Yeah, but you're not certain if it's too out of the ordinary because you have had practical knowledge of.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, scratch that. He's acting a little out of the norm. I mean, he's definitely cleaner.
Yeah, he's
look-
dressing better. He's
he's looking-
cleaner.
he's
He's
looking more
talking cleaner
refined.
too. Like, he's cleaning up all around. So
Right.
I'm just
Not certain what it is. It could be shock.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I did have a
he
traumatic
did go
experience.
off alone with the person he fears the most.
So Remus, like, you seem to be pretty clear-headed. Is spending time with Adam kind of cleared up your sensibilities, however that may be?
Oh wait, you mentioned Adam. Where is Adam?
Uh,
Out and about,
yeah, probably out.
At the park, perhaps?
Probably.
most likely.
Uh, to be fair, I don't really remember a lot of what happened at the manor. We got to the place, we got out of the car, and that's about it. When I came to, I was not in a good spot, but by that point, Adam had already taken care of the prince. So, uh, yeah, it's just been it's been a trip, and I'm trying to spend some time kind of I don't know. I I I grew up with not a whole lot. It was just me and my mom, just making the best of what we could. But I've seemed to have found myself in some, uh, you know, I feel like now that I have a little bit of freedom, maybe I should try to see what I was missing before I died.
If you excuse the humor, I would say that it sounds like you have embraced your embrace. Is that?
Finally.
We'll see. There's
That's a
still
very mature stance.
I mean, being being a mewling puppy barking at larger beasts wasn't doing me any good. I may as well see how the adults play at the table.
Well, I can tell you when we separated, it was quite interesting. I was running to the room, see the fire, run out of the room, and then run back into the room when there was fire, maybe run out of the room, and then I was finally able to take someone out and kill someone. But it was very interesting.
Sorry about
Yeah,
all the fire, but I can say that all wasn't just me.
there was quite a bit. You did, but we were victorious. That's what is important.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna ask Jerome a question.
What's up?
Do we know that Katerina is in charge in Portland now?
Yes.
Did she tell us that she left, or that she was leaving? And
No, you guys never heard that. You heard of her coronation in Portland.
who did we hear about this from?
Most vampires that were fleeing.
Grapevine.
AOL.
Yep. When
Do
things
we
like that
have-
happen, especially when they're local, it usually spreads word of mouth somehow fairly easily. Like Damaris would have heard about it, and it probably could have spread from there. But socially speaking,
have
other contacts you
New
might
people
have
in
had
town,
could have heard it too.
because do we have refugees coming into Ashland again?
No.
Okay, so everybody knows about Ekaterina
Oh yes.
and the Portland Sabbats. Okay, then I guess
Indeed.
I don't need to announce that. Sorry, back to your conversation.
Surprised. Oh no. I didn't expect her to become Archbishop.
I mean, she's welcome. I mean,
Well,
She's
I
pretty
mean-
powerful. I don't know how that's gonna fare. But we'll see. We did our part of the bargain.
I was hoping to get to know her better, but I don't think that shall happen at this point with her position.
I'm sure she'll find another reason to come down and threaten us into doing something we don't want to do.
I think so. She strikes me as the type to hold up her end.
Trudy is still
Hopefully.
frustrated that she had an interlude with this woman when she first came to town and didn't even think that she might be Sabbat.
She wasn't Sabbat. She's one of those like Adam that kind of towed the line. She wasn't Cam, that's for sure. But she wasn't full on Sabbat.
But she is now.
She is now.
She's an opportunist.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, good riddance. Well, at least that she's not our problem at the moment.
This is why I have stayed underground for so long. I do not like the politics. I avoid all this. I do my own thing. But I'm trying to live within the world a little bit. I'm learning how to use this damn thing more and more. So
I find it's a lot easier to fight when you have a good groundwork built. And that means putting down roots, making
go ahead, sorry.
so hopefully we'll be in a better and better position to defend this place and keep our own safe.
When you say defends this place, like how do you mean? I mean, like you're going to get a guardhouse, or I mean, what will you do?
We've been attacked before. At our haven. This is a new haven. Why do you think we have a new haven in the first place?
It was explained to me that it was burned down. I'm saying,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you weren't. Oh man, you
that's
weren't
exactly
there.
right. This is why we need the security.
well,
They
that's
drove. They drove like a tank or something into the. Oh.
So what are you going to do to protect yourself from this haven? And you're going to have tank gates in the front, or
I think first we need to talk with Trudy's security friend and see what we can manage. While I don't think necessarily we need to worry about tanking, or we need to worry about tanks just yet, but that's always a possibility if the government finds more clues that we're out here. But I'd be more worried about reprisals from Vegas people coming out looking for revenge.
So in the past, my go-to was to get gone. I don't lay the roots, as Trudy was saying. But now I have friends per se. I have acquaintances, and I have my own haven, just a short distance away. My protection in the past was just don't talk to the neighbors, and you don't need to know anybody. You stay away. But now we are making ourselves known, and we are killing others in a big way.
Those that fuck with us.
Well, this is true. But in what way can you protect yourself, or we protect ourselves? I should say. Like, what security thing you do?
Actually, I do. There is one thing I remember from Vegas. When Adam found me and woke me up, we had grabbed one person that had not been ripped in half, so to speak, and he told him that Ashland was his territory, and that he had killed. He had done what he had done, and that they should watch themselves if they come up into our territory. So maybe on that end, them knowing that we have an atom bomb wandering around, maybe
yes.
that's enough of a deterrent for the more sane ones.
So the one that had survived, you gave him the fear of God and let him go to spread the rumors of us being the badasses?
As a messenger.
That'll work.
Yeah.
You only need one to deliver a message.
How many fingers did you take from him?
I did well. If Adam took any, I didn't notice. I was I don't know why I was passed out where I was, but it was kind of dirty. But yeah, on to better things, I think.
Well, you should move forward.
Sounds like a frenzy to me.
I mean, probably.
Hmm.
And right while you were kind of explaining that tidbit about the one messenger and whatnot, a message gets dropped into the vampire chat, in essence, and it's an invitation to awake.
Oh, hold on.
Wait.
I have a call.
For who?
It's from Latisse.
From who?
Latisse.
Latisse.
She's the one whose gallery you guys went to and was attacked.
So the invitation's from Latisse,
Mhm.
and who's the wake for?
The wake is for her child, Bridget.
No,
Noah Bridget.
And really, the message is pretty basic. It's would like to spin this with people that I know. I figured I would send something out locally, and if nothing else, use it as a time to converse amongst friends.
Sounds fair.
When and where she's gonna respond.
I'm going to show my phone to everybody else. Did you all get this same message?
Yeah.
She looks up from her phone. Yeah.
Yeah, because right about there, your phone chimes again, and it's actually from Damaris. It says when and where.
Oh. You put that
You're like,
down.
oh, okay.
Is
You make the
Latisse-
correlation.
I
You're
mean,
like,
this
"Oh, I got it."
conversation.
Okay.
And it says tonight at 11 p.m.
Okay. What time is it now?
It's like 9.
Okay. I'll excuse myself and say I'm gonna go get ready. I'll be back in a little bit, and I'll head to my room.
So I'm wearing my ill-fitting suit. I'm like, this is.
He comes out suit and tie.
I'm just wearing this ill-fitting suit, and I'm like, "This is okay? Yes, we or no?"
Oh, that's right. do I still have?
So Cuddles just looks at you and just shakes his head.
The cat shakes his head at me.
Yeah.
Cats are too short.
Do
So I
still have
reply
that
back in
suit?
cat over again, like, you are not in this conversation. Keep your pussy mouth closed. And so mean mouth, meow 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 meow.
They stop arguing with the cat.
He said that I am not dressed well. He's not even human or vampire per se. So
Well, she looks at him for a moment and like does this whole judgmental up and down look towards him. Totally ignoring the fact that she looks like a hippie with dreads. Yeah, your pants are too short.
the beggars cannot be choosers. The man that I got this from, I'm just happy there's no blood on this after I killed him.
Wait, you stole those pants?
It's not stealing when the person is dead.
Oh, okay. You looted those pants?
That is a good word. I like this.
Second
Dear
hand.
me, are you playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons? Why don't you just borrow a pair from Mr. Remus?
Exactly, since he apparently has a better wardrobe now.
I walk over to Remus's door and knock on the door. Excuse me, Remus.
I'll go and I'll open the door.
The cat says maybe I can borrow clothes from you since you dress better than me now.
Let's see if we have anything that'll fit you. By the way, do I still have that suit that I borrowed from
Yeah.
them? Okay.
You didn't trash it?
You think the new Remus didn't throw that out?
It's
I mean-
it's in
Standard.
a waste bin that you use for laundry, but yeah, it's still have
In a
it.
trash bag.
I think as I was going through through this past couple of weeks, I think if I found it, I probably would have had it dry clean because I would have been thinking like, oh, you know what? They lent this to me. I should at
Okay.
least return it.
Fair
And
enough.
so, yeah, I've got it. I've got this. You lent it to me before. It didn't fit me so well. I don't know how it'll fit you, but I've got other things.
It does not matter to me. Clothes are clothes, but Zakat and Damaris say that I probably should change. So that's
Okay, let's see what we can fit. I've probably got like a bunch of slacks and like not like suits or anything, but just nice looking, like kind of casual, like
Business casual.
yeah.
so
Like-
slash
like-
dress shirt. There we
He,
go.
he's got some polos, he's got some khakis, he's got, some slacks, loafers. Definitely an upgraded wardrobe.
Wow. You have choices for clothes. Before you always wore the same thing. I still see you favors the hoodie, but
Yeah. Well, the hoodie helps with if I don't want people to notice, but the dirty clothes was always a disguise. It was not meant to be I like to wear nice things before. It's just with what I was trying to do, it just didn't make sense. No one's gonna think I'm a homeless person if I'm walking around in nice clothes. But yeah, no, we'll get you some slacks. I'll probably put on like a black turtleneck or something, and then have the hoodie with a blazer over it.
Okay.
you're
But,
very nice. That's do I change within your room? Is this like the boys' room? I change in here, or where should I?
Sure. I don't know where else we'd have you change. We don't have a fitting room. I want. Maybe we have an extra room. We can make it to a guest room. But
Oh, I can go change in my pool house. I have not been in there. It's in 2 weeks. I can go change it there.
is there a mirror in there though? 'Cause I've got a full length in here, so you can like see the whole thing as you're see what looks good.
My clan does not like mirrors. It's because we do not like to look upon ourselves. So I do not have a mirror within there.
You're being too hard on yourself. But whatever you feel comfortable with.
If you do not mind, I could change here. I mean, or I could change. I'll change. I would get my clothes, and I will change over there.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Asante. So, and I walk out. As I walk by the cat, I'm like, I have the clothes from Remus. I'm going to go change in my room, kitty.
So he just says, make sure it fits your color palette.
I don't even know what that means.
Your complexion. You're very light. You don't want to wear anything that's going to make that bright. Don't you have a Toreador available that you can lean on?
No, I do not know. It's Shruti, you're not Toreador. You are
No.
no. So I do not know of a Toreador. No. I will change my face. Okay, so you say I need a darker face if I'm going to wear these clothes. I need to be a tan person.
Why would you change your face?
Because I can't change the clothes. I have the clothes here, so I will change my appearance.
You're just going to wear a face?
What face should I have? Is the darker face, the tanner face? Is that what you were saying?
Oh no, heavens no. I was talking about matching your clothing to your complexion.
So I'm going to
Your
match
palette.
my complexion to the clothing.
Like, God, he's gonna turn
I
like
see.
total
So
gray
you're attempting to
striped.
give yourself a some sort of blush of health.
Sure.
Oh, well, carry on.
Uh,
How does the cat know so much about fashion?
Can cats even see color? Are they colorblind like dogs?
I don't even know.
So I'm going to get up. I'll explain to you. It's true. You're just hanging out in the front room. I'll explain to you that whole conversation I just had with the cat.
That's a very opinionated cat.
Yes, she is, or he is. Yeah. So I'm going to go change in my pool house outside.
Okay, sure.
When I'm inside there, I'm going to take note of how many. Like, how do I make this place dark in here? If I'm going to ever have to sleep over in my room, so.
Oh yeah, just shades, making sure that they're solid enough.
Cool.
And doors obviously secure enough so that way, because it's a pool house. It doesn't really have any additional rooms. It just has that room.
Right. Cool.
Google says cats are mostly red-green colorblind, with a little bit of green creeping in.
Does that mean they can't see red, green?
Guess their eyes are mostly strong to blue-violet and a little bit of green. Oh, and greenish yellow.
Huh.
Strange.
By the way, I'm totally gonna have a when I have the pool house like the windows like blacked out with shades and things. I'm totally gonna have a like a full length mirror put in there for Henri.
So, is anybody doing anything different outside of what you two have indicated for dress?
Trudy has a hat in the car and a pair of gloves in her purse.
Okay.
That'll do.
Damaris do anything different?
She's business.
I mean, she'll put her hair up in like a dread ponytail and then just go in what she's wearing.
Okay. Sure. So without going into too much detail, eventually you all drive there. You can drive yourselves or you can hitch a ride with somebody. That part of it really isn't, that doesn't matter. You end up going to it's actually a nice house sitting on top of one of the South Mountains. Not in the same neighborhood as Colin and Sophie's house, but in the same direction-ish. Because their house sits on the south part of town up in the hills. So the trip there is there's a winding road that kind of goes in between the trees because it's a lot of forested area up in there. And her house actually looks over what is the Surprised I forgot it. It's the old ghost town that's outside of town. Terrence Hill, there we go. So her house actually sits on a sits high enough that if some of the tree cover had been parted, you could actually see a little bit of the ghost town that sat outside of Ashland.
Terrence Hill is no longer ghost infested, right?
Are you asking in or out of character?
Out of character.
Don't know.
Because I seem to recall that, what's his name, the cowboy, took care of them. Virgil.
Mm-hmm. That was a thing that happened, but no one really has the capability of confirming.
Okay. I mean, I guess none of us have been up there in a while, so.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Okay.
In fact, the last time anybody had been there was to harken back to the ending of season 1, which was the attack on the Haven. So, yep.
What a terrible place to build your house.
But the house is, it's nice. It is an older house. However, it looks like it's been recently refashioned and retooled with updated paint. There's new shutters. The driveway is completely made of like a nice brick. There's nice white lights that sit on a few trees right outside, giving it kind of a little bit more of a soft light, exotic look. Actually, we don't have any Toreador with us right now, so never mind. But the house has been
prospects, but I don't think she has level 3.
What's that?
Oh, you were talking about how pretty it is. Never
Yes.
mind.
Yep.
Yeah, we're fine.
And as you start pulling up, there is somebody waiting out front. He is a rather robust looking man, probably in his mid-30s. Some of you have already seen him before. This is Letitia's servant. His name is Andrew.
Yes.
And he's dressed up in a nice suit. And there are little wax candles with the cardboard around it so the wax doesn't leak directly on you.
The last time we saw Andrew was at the art gallery when
That is correct.
He was thrown through the window by the other guys. So
Yes.
So I'm sure he was pretty bloodied when he got thrown through. So I'm gonna walk up to him like, Andrew, you look so good. Our last encounter was the battle. You have healed well. It's how is Lettice doing?
Miss Valentine could be better, but thank you for your concern.
What happened to her child?
Well, please, if all of you could take a candle and just step inside. We also have refreshments already delivered.
I would rather not carry a candle, if you don't mind.
It's quite all right. Would you prefer I carry it for you?
I'll take a candle and blow it out and then hand it to Henri.
Is this okay?
If that's what makes you happier, then yes.
I will partake, but it is not the flame is just the cloud. But yes, I will partake of refreshments. That will be very much appreciated.
Okay, well, please, everybody, step right through the door. I will show you around. Then he holds the door open. The inside is immaculate in the sense of it's like you stepped into a Martha Stewart family, fantasy world.
Okay.
Like everything here not only has a purpose, probably could be used for something, but aesthetically pleasing. It all tends to match. Like everything is just, I mean, it's like walking into a model home that somebody paid extreme attention to, right down to the, as much detail as possible. It's clean, it's well kept. There's a lot of nice things in here, but not nice in a gaudy sense. Nice as in, it's very kept. It all of it looks like it has a meaning and a purpose.
Could basically be another museum. I would guess.
Kinda. If you were to look at it in the sense of like a Hollywood picture was filmed here, and then they just didn't use it again.
Okay.
So then you would
So not so much like artifacts and artwork, just like home.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, when you walk in, even if you're not used to this, you can't help but feel a little comfort, like, aw. Like it pings that part that, even if you have a low humanity, it pings that part of your mind that, or your heart, that when you picture, if your life had been super ideal, this is what mom and pop's house would have looked like, sort of thing. And you coming in with the white picket fence and life was perfect and peachy, sort of thing. The lighting in here, however, is dim. Not dark, but dim. Parts of it is part of it is lit just by candlelight, so giving it kind of a little bit of a warm glow. The candles are actually under glass, so it gives it, it has a little bit of a flickering wax candle inside of the glass itself. He shows you around. There is an open room in the living room, and there is a picture of a young woman who looks like the picture was probably taken late 1800s. So clear yet grainy, all black and white sort of look. In a nice, frame, and it's just sitting out by itself. And there are currently 2 candles that are already kind of just lit and flickering near it. And Latisse comes walking out. She is wearing a complete black gown. And her eyes, she looks a little bit more pale than normal, and her eyes clearly have traces of red around it. But she's done a good job of otherwise making sure that she's kept in it and it's not super noticeable. She has a cloth with her, but it is not white. It's also a dark color, so that way it hides the blood. And she says, "Oh, thank you all for coming. I know it was very short notice, but I just received word this evening."
I remember she's from France, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so when I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna kiss her on both cheeks, give her a hug.
Mm-hmm.
We are honored that you have invited us. Sophie, your friend, is not with us this evening. I do not know if you had reached out to her directly or not. And I apologize for your loss. So we are. Is the picture? Is this you have not been in America too long? So was your child, was she from France or?
Yes, I'm sorry. I suppose I didn't give proper introductions, but no, my child was English.
All right.
She was kind of taken in a heat of passion after I had, well, I wouldn't say it was an argument, but it was a concern. I didn't want to give her up, and I was pressed between a rock and a hard place, and I embraced her without the permission of the prince.
And managed to get away with it, I assume.
we we did. I wasn't the only one. I had help. He was not a very well liked prince. But
Are there any truly?
there are a few, but I find it's few and far between, especially these nights. But Bridget, she she was always a rebellious child. So I lost contact with her shortly after we left London, my friends and I, and she ended up coming to, wasn't really the new world, I guess, but it was still new to many. I did hear from her occasionally. She had set up in New York for a time. She, despite her rebellious streak towards me, she still remained with the Camarilla. She just wanted to find her own way, I suppose. And I lost touch with her for many years. I did try to keep tabs on where she was, and she moved around quite a bit. And then I just received word that she died in Las Vegas.
Where was she in Las Vegas?
From what I understand, she was apparently at the Elysium when it was attacked.
Oh, did she work for the prince?
I don't know. I don't know her personal life at that point. I'd like to think that she was trying to make her way into something better. She was more into the occult, and I don't think that prince was. I don't think that was his thing.
Not by my account. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
I appreciate it. Your name was Trudy?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I don't believe we've officially met, although I have heard of you.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I've known Trudy was one of the first people I met within this circle of friends, and I don't know and never remember who knows who. So I apologize. Yes, Trudy is a very very nice lady. She's been very helpful to us.
Oh, you're too kind, Henri. I own some property downtown.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. And Mr. Remus, you cleaned up quite well.
I've been through some traumatic experiences myself, so I'm going through a bit of a change. But I'm incredibly sorry to hear about your loss. It's truly terrible.
Well,
Um,
well, I appreciate that you could all be here. I know it was very short notice.
I'm gonna be really fidgety at this point, like a little uncomfortable.
yeah, Jerome, can I? This is new to me. Like, so these abilities that I like, am I aware that I have these?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these other things. Okay. Can I activate heightened senses?
Sure.
Because as soon as I heard that her child died in Las Vegas, immediately like my thought was, is this a trap? And so I'm
Yeah,
like,
same.
I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
you kill her. It's like I know we're trying
yeah,
to, and she's
I mean,
trying to take us out.
yeah. I mean, I don't remember any I don't remember like dealing with any person like how she described. But I'm immediately like, all right, who knew that we were in Las Vegas? So I'm immediately like, I'm trying to pick up.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, like, do I hear whispers? Do I hear like people? Like, do I hear the sound of like guns cocking in another room? Like,
Motherfucker.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't, I don't
try
know.
to remember her face from the crowd when we went in as well.
Yeah, I've
So
never had awesome
why doesn't
whispers.
everybody give me wits and awareness checks?
Okay.
I don't have awareness on my character sheet. Would I use alertness or?
Then it would just be wits.
All right.
I think
You have an old sheet.
eight.
Does
Mhm.
heightened senses get me anything?
Heightened senses does.
Okay.
I got
What's the difficulty? 6?
Hang on.
So I've got my PDF pulled up here. It says, in certain circumstances, dice rolls associated with using the character's sense, such as perception, alertness, decrease in difficulty by a number equal to the character's Auspex rating. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
nice.
So does that count for anybody who has aspects in this, or just him?
Yes. Well, if you're using
So-
heightened senses, yes.
I do have heightened senses. Wait, heightened senses is 2?
it's the first dot.
One.
It's the
First,
first
sorry.
dot.
Okay, so I have it.
Yeah, but you got to
Alright.
be careful of heightened sentences because if like you're, you know,
I gotta remember that.
explosion.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. But I only got 2 anyway. So
Well,
If
so it's the difficulty starts off at an 8.
So I only got 1.
I still
Okay.
only got 2. I got 2 7s. So
I got nothing.
I got 1/7 if heightened senses lowers it.
Trudy is neither witty nor aware.
So what sense are you magnifying?
For me, hearing.
Okay.
I want to see if I pick up chatter like, okay, like oh, the targets have entered, like any sort of like radio kind of thing, or like the sounds of like guns being
Sure.
prepared, or yeah.
What about you, Rachel?
same. Like as soon as my ears kind of perked up at the whole "she died in Vegas" deal. So I am going to be heightening my hearing as well. Kind of around the room and try to, if it's possible. I don't know how I forget how far heightened senses works or for hearing, but I'm going to see what I can pick up.
Okay. So with the successes that you got, you heard a slight movement on the floor that didn't quite match up to what at least for what you're seeing. And then Rachel, you end up getting a text, which both of you end up hearing a little louder. Just
yeah, like it's going to startle her because she's sort of in that zone. She'll pull out her phone cautiously and open it up.
it's from Uncle, or not Uncle, sorry, Daddy.
Yep.
And the text reads, is this about Bridget?
Yes.
Okay, then you just get a thumbs up.
So confused. Okay,
He must be scrying for you.
probably.
Nosy parents.
Yeah, I know.
Jerome, I
So
don't have aspects, but you had all of us roll. I got 1 success. I mean, is there anything I'm catching on any of this? Or?
Not catching per se, not like the noise or anything, but you are sensing the tension in the room. Both Damaris and Remus seem to be a little bit more edgy than normal.
All right, since Damaris is on her phone, I'm going to lean into Remus. Is Latisse still standing here and Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah, no one's left. I mean, they're she's just kind of explaining, the backstory a little bit.
I'm like, excuse me, Latisse, I need to say something to Remus, if you don't mind, just a covert conversation. I just need to whisper something to him.
Then you might as well say it. She's literally gonna say, then you might as well say it out loud because you literally just said covert conversation.
She smiles. She says, "If you need to have a private conversation, you can step over into the den if you'd like."
I am sorry. I do not want to. It's the boy stuff. I do not want to discuss these things.
No, of course. Did anyone want anything to drink? I'm afraid I didn't get anything specific to specific tastes, although I may have something.
Your man Andrew offered us refreshments. I think we'd all said yes. I don't think anyone has anyone specific. Oh, Miss Trudy.
So what did you prefer, Miss Trudy?
I prefer to keep it to myself, thank you.
Oh,
But
okay.
if you don't mind me taking a little whiff of what you're offering.
Oh no, of course not. And she has Andrew come walking back with. It's actually been put into like a crystal vase with like a nice stop cork into it, and there's some crystal glasses that are set out. So he uncorks it and leans the container towards you.
I'll take a smell.
Okay. Yeah, it's not your feeding restriction.
It's not?
No.
Oh. Thank you kindly. I will indulge in spirit.
The sound that I had heard earlier, I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've used Hospex. Can my heightened senses pick up those that might be invisible, or using
Potentially.
or using obfuscate?
It's just hard because you only have level 1.
I have 2.
Okay, well if you have 2, I mean it's kind of like LARP in the sense that if they have a high obfuscate, it's still going to be hard. It's just easier because you have X levels of obfuscate.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna look
Hospex
towards where I heard the sound potentially, because I feel like there's something that's not there. Maybe
go right on ahead. Give me a perception and awareness check. And since you are using Auspex level 2, difficulty 9.
Real
doesn't
quick,
reduce it by 9. Okay. Difficulty 9.
Instead of heightened senses, you might want to use perception. That's a level 2 on Auspex.
Or shouldn't you just try to read auras?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Yeah. But I'm trying to find somebody that's not there based on a potential sound that I heard that wasn't there, I guess.
Right. Obfuscate will hide the aura if you're unable to pierce it.
Oh, that's true.
Very nice.
Can I burn a will for an auto?
Sneaky. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how good it'll do me, but it could negate a 1. So,
Remus, come talk to me.
So
I got 1, 2, and then 3 with the auto. 2
Okay.
10s and 8, and then my auto.
Nice.
So 3.
Remus, are you following Henry?
Oh yeah. I'll say excuse us, Latisse, and I'll walk over.
The den looks very Victorian style. So it's got white. It's got white painted wood with like gold trim. It has like the tapestry kind of decorated on one wall in a manner that like you would hold curtains over a window, but it's over the wall just for decor. You got a china hutch in here with nice pieces on the inside. I mean, again, it's very well done.
The piece that's on the wall, I just want to move that to make sure that this is not an open doorway behind that.
Yeah, no, just wall.
So I'm like clearly nervous at the point, and I'm like, I don't know if you picked up on she was killed in Las Vegas. I don't know if one of us killed her. So
Right. I understand. The moment she mentioned it, I was immediately off put. I don't know how far loyalty goes, considering that we've saved her life before, but
if it's her child and truly her child, that might take precedence.
A deal breaker. Yeah. Let's just be cautious. Let's get out of here as soon as we can. I don't feel safe here.
No, I would recommend not consuming anything while we are here. I do not. I would stay clear.
I'll pull out my phone and I'll text Trudy, because I don't know if Trudy is I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess we did tell you about Las Vegas, Trudy, but I'm gonna text you and say like keep an eye out. That's all I'll text you.
I see you texting. I'm like, did you do the group text? Will Damaris get that as well?
Yeah, I'll text Damaris separately. I'm not gonna do, because if I do the group chat, then everyone's phones go off at once.
True.
So if I do it one at a time, it'll stagger them, so it doesn't feel like they've caught on all at once.
This is very smart.
Mine's on vibrate.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, Henri, we should set your phone to vibrate. Has Robert showed you how to do that yet?
No, it vibrates and makes a noise at the same time.
Okay, let's just put it on vibrate for the rest of the night.
Okay, so you're spending time showing him how to modify the settings on his phone, so it's only vibrate.
He's probably just going to do it for me. I just hand him my phone. It's like, you can show me later.
Okay, so Damaris, as you turn around and just kind of look like over in that corner, you do see an aura, and it's human shaped.
It's Ekaterina again.
So I'm gonna I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna do this.
So all she got was that, yes, there's an aura?
Mhm.
She didn't get any information from it?
Nope.
Yeah. So I just see the aura. I can't see what kind of aura it is.
3 successes?
Well, when you're dealing against obfuscate, yes.
Oh, stupid obfuscate.
Yeah.
Because if it's a high enough level obfuscate, it's going to counter it. So
True.
I mean, you can confirm that the aura is pale.
Okay. She's gonna look directly at the aura. Basically like, yeah, I see you. And just wait.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Trudy's going to basically keep Ekaterina talking, asking questions about the old days, and then
Katarina?
Latisse, sorry.
No, that's
Latisse.
fine.
And then ask her how she would like to remember her child in this way. Like in the old days, we used to do such and such, but I don't know if that's your way, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And she takes to that. She wants to remember her not for her rebelliousness, but for wanting to make her own way.
And then, but like more activity-wise, for the purposes of the wake.
Oh, it was just a matter of lighting candles and just setting them in front of the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very simple.
All right. In that case, she'll just keep her talking about the old days.
Okay. And so then you just keep staring, and you just see the form walk off into another room. Do you eventually come out of the den, or are you both staying in there and texting?
No, that was the deal. So we were. I'm sorry. I thought we were gonna just send the text off and come walk right back.
Okay, sure, then you do. When you come walking back, Latisse is currently talking to Trudy, just making small talk.
Um,
I'm gonna try to kind of eyeball the Demarest to see if, like, maybe hold out my phone and like, did you get a text kind of thing? Like,
You see that she doesn't open her phone again. She leaves it in her pocket, but you see she's kind of staring sort of intently at something.
yeah, I'm gonna rejoin the conversation with Trudy and Latisse.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Actually, I have a question. Is this a is this get is this gets this event is it for our kind, or is this mixed company?
Oh no, it's just for our kind.
Okay.
It's just a private gathering. I in fact don't really know anyone that's not our kind.
Okay.
Outside of some ghouls, I suppose. But those usually tied to our kind.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, so I do have a and how many people are at this event?
Just those gathered.
But like, is it just us, or there's not more mourners?
No. Sophie couldn't make it. She's doing something with her husband and sent her regrets. Luke is not in town. He wasn't really returning my message. And Sperry obviously didn't show, so I imagine she's predisposed as well.
I want to whisper to Demarest. Am I going to use like manipulation and performance to whisper without being heard, or?
I don't really have a mechanic for whispering.
I was thinking because manipulation is a social and performance is a skill. So
I'm sure we could do that.
All right.
You know, while we're making small talk would be a good time for you to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. The same time you guys are chatting, I'm gonna whisper to her. What do you got for difficulty?
Oh, just 6.
All right, 1, 2, 3. I got 4 successes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say to you, I'm like, the last party we had with Latisse, Ekaterina was obfuscated in the corner, and Sophie used aspects to see her. Is that something that you are using now?
She kind of nods curtly.
Okay. So it's someone with the gift of obfuscate. Yeah.
She just kind of nods again.
Damaris's phone buzzes again.
Wow. She's kind of focused on the figure, like she doesn't want to lose sight of it in that sense.
It's already walked out of the room at this point.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then she will have followed it, if that makes sense, like with her eyes, kind of keeping track as to where it went. but she'll pull out her phone.
Yeah, it literally stepped out of eyesight. You'd have to physically
Roll
pursue
again.
if you were going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
She just knows what she saw.
It's from Dad.
What now?
Quit.
Question mark, question mark.
Who are you texting?
And you get
no one.
and then
just
you,
reading
you
your
get,
message.
You get L, the number 8, and R.
Okay.
It's a scary boy.
I was just looking at my delayed text messages from you.
All right. So I'm thinking we give our condolences and go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. She doesn't even let you finish that sentence.
Okay. So do you just all abruptly leave, or do you light the candles, set them
when
out?
she says I'm ready to go, I must say, what story should I tell Lettice? Where are we going to go?
I mean, how long have we been here by this point?
A half hour.
I mean, is there anything else we should be expecting at this point?
Getting killed?
Well, besides that.
Outside of lighting candles and laying them in front of the picture, that's it.
Okay. Well, she'll pay her respects. She didn't really know her, but it's always sad to lose one of us. But she'll say that we do have to get back to our havens at this point and continue to rebuild.
And if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Especially with things that are calming down now.
Likewise.
Yes, and you for us. We last we spoke. We talked about to get to know with one another, to speak to each other about the old country. I would like to do that. But as Demarais said, we should be leaving.
Of course. Okay. Well, thank you all for coming. I do understand it was short notice, but I appreciate that you all came.
We must support. Yes.
Indeed.
But before I leave, I will go and I'll light one of the candles and leave in front of the photo, and I'll tell her that I lost somebody very important to me a little over a year ago. So I think I understand what you're going through, but that feeling, like, it'll make you do things you make you a little sensitive for a while. But if you ever need anything, just let us know. We can help you. We can help do whatever we can to help keep you on the right track.
Thank you, Remus. And as all of you are starting to leave, she politely kisses you both on everybody on each cheek and wishes you all a good night.
All right.
Right.
I'm sure we probably my van will seat everybody comfortably, so I'm sure we just took the one vehicle to get here. So
however you wanted to do it was fine.
Seth definitely would have
driven Trudy. Yeah.
Oh, driven you. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you all can fit in our car if you like. So.
Oh, if someone wants to drive all of us, I'll go for that.
I think probably going with the security guard would probably have been a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all in your car driving back, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck was that? Oh yeah, my daughter was just killed in Las Vegas. Why don't you come and visit me? Nerd, we are lucky to be alive.
How well known is it that we went to Vegas? Because we didn't exactly make that we didn't make that public news that we
sure got out though.
What rumors would Trudy have heard about the operation via about the aftermath? Like, what are people saying about what happened in Las Vegas?
Oh,
who was involved?
That's simple enough. That the Baron went to Vegas, laid a trap with her council, and attacked the city, and Adam ended up slaughtering the prince.
So
So-
she knew it was us.
Pretty much what happened.
Okay.
Okay, well, she seems a very sincere and lovely person. I mean,
She seems great, and
Casualty, but it is unfortunate, but that's not our problem.
I text the remaining members of the group, Hesperia and Sophie, both that Letitia's child was killed in Las Vegas, like question mark or not question mark, like exclamation point, like or no, I wouldn't type that. I would say Letitia's uh
Upspring.
lost offspring died in Las Vegas. Um, it's a sad story, and just text that to them so that way they're aware of like,
Okay.
oh, if she's inviting them out to Subway the next day, don't go.
All right. Wow. Yeah, we'll support you. We'll support you. Don't go.
Yeah.
We're here for you. Let us know what you need. I'm not ever coming back.
Well, it's much more of like, because it was a surprise to us. I don't know if Sophie and Hesperia know that Letitia's child was one of the ones that was killed. Whether or not we did it, it's probably like, if we didn't know that, we probably should let them know, so that way if they decide to like, oh, we'll meet up with Leticia, it's better to know and
Oh yeah,
then
no,
make the
yeah,
decision.
you're right.
or stepping in it accidentally.
Yeah, because I mean, like whatever trap we didn't spring, like if we don't let them know, they could end up accidentally springing it because we don't tell them. So yeah, I'm just letting them know, like, hey, just let you know. I didn't notice anything there, but that could have been ugly. Did anybody else see anything funky at that?
Demaris, tell him about the obfuscated person.
There was another person there.
Yes. They were obfuscated, and it took me a bit to see them just on my own experience. Like, but clearly they are. They knew their power because it was hard to see them. I couldn't see them. I could only see the outline of them, but I knew that they were there. So I don't know who it was. They ended up leaving. No harm in that case, but I was just very aware of it. I don't know who it was.
Do you all remember when we went to see Letice last time that it was Ekaterina? She was obfuscated. It was Sophie that saw her using obfuscate.
Oh, this is the attack at that gallery. That was Letice.
That was Letice's gallery,
That was
yes.
Letitia's gallery, yeah.
Oh my!
And before the attack happened, I bumped into someone that was invisible, and she did not come out of obfuscate when I bumped into her, and she said to me, Henri, you need to move. And I said, oh shit, someone sees me and they're not here. And I point out to Sophie. Sophie looks and says, there's someone there. I'm like, no shit, they spoke to me. And then when Katerina, she appeared, and that's when all the shit went to the fan, when Andrew came flying into the window and so forth. We let Ekaterina go, so we fought. I'm just pointing out. I mean, I would not suspect it's Ekaterina again, but there is a chance.
Do you think this is somebody that she was aware was there?
I mean, it's a slim chance, in my opinion, that she didn't know this person was there. But
She's
I mean,
Toreador, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
I would expect she would notice.
Maybe they were there just to make sure nothing else happened. I mean, I don't know.
Perhaps if it's not too much trouble, perhaps when you get back to the Haven, you might do your scrying thing.
Oh, you
And
remember that, huh?
check on her.
Check on who? Ekaterina?
No, on Letice, maybe whoever was obfuscated.
Or just we could,
came out of hiding.
so we could just, when we go back to our haven, you can scry on her and see what she's doing right then. If she is like, if she's continuing, if she's plotting against us, or if she's just truly mourning, or
Indeed. Certainly.
Did
I mean,
Latisse
there's a
know
lot
where
of
we
what
lived?
ifs here. I mean, we haven't had any reason before to believe that she would, really do it. I mean, she's on our side. I wouldn't think that she'd let anybody in there that shouldn't be there.
I mean, we did kind of lead to the destruction of one of her kids, especially if
Okay.
it was.
Yes, but that was unfortunately just her being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
True,
It happens.
but
she's very close to her.
She took it that way.
yeah,
It's difficult to be pragmatic. I mean, it's easy for us to say wrong place, wrong time, but if she is close to this child, she may not be looking at it with the same pragmatic eyes.
No, I get that, and I'm sorry if I'm a bit more callous to it, but at the same time, we can't necessarily be held responsible for everybody that was a casualty as a result of that fight. I mean, war has casualties; it happens.
oh,
No,
I don't think she's.
I regret that she died, but there's literally nothing we can do about it now.
I
Well,
do agree. I do agree, but I would say that most of our kind are petty enough to not give us that kind of grace.
yeah, I don't think she's going to send us. I don't think she's going to send us a summons to appear in Kindred Court. I'm more
Yeah.
worried that she's going to in
Play
her
herself.
in her grief reach out to some people to try to make us hurt the way she's hurting.
I don't think she's going to do that. I really don't. I mean, I don't have any evidence for it, but there's also no evidence about the fact that she's going to do that. Maybe she's just legit heartbroken about the fact that her kid died, which is understandable, but I don't know. I just don't think that. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know if
I
your
am very
kids died.
curious who that mysterious person may have been.
Well, I mean, they could have done something more while we were there. I mean, we were there a very short time. That could have been anybody's window of opportunity to make any sort of action against us. Plus, we were 2 people short, for the full party that was there or involved.
You also saw them. That's the thing too. Is if they had
It's
gone.
not like they ran away, though.
Well, but if they
They
had,
just simply walked away. That's it. They weren't in
But
a
if-
rush. Nothing.
well, but if who knows what they would have done if we hadn't noticed, and who's to say even that maybe I don't know.
So
I would like.
I have a small proposal. How far are we from the house that we just left, Letitia's house?
At this point, you're almost back to the group haven.
All right. So I was just saying I could go in obfuscate and walk around and see and hear what I hear. But
That's
What you mean?
pretty
Go
good for
back to the
obfuscating.
house and obfuscate?
yeah, it's kind of far. Kind of far at this point. If we were closer, I think it would be a good idea. But at this point, I don't think. It's,
So then, is Damaris going to creep on her?
I will if you guys really want me to, but I don't think it's necessary.
I would be more concerned because when we left, there was nobody at the house, right? Like our haven.
No.
No.
I'd be more concerned on what might have happened there while we were out on this little errand.
Oh, you think that maybe she had us come away from our house so she could do something to our house while we were away?
I mean, I feel like I don't know who that person was. I'm more worried about them than I am about Latisse because I feel like if she wanted to stick the knife in our backs, she wouldn't have told us that her child had died in Las Vegas because that's a stupid that would be ridiculous for her to give away her reason for revenge before anything happens. So what I'm worried about is that
You mean to warn us?
it's possible.
Essentially.
It could also be that her inviting us out was a soft way of, bringing us out out of the haven. Oh, excuse me.
Well, you could ask the cat, or I could have Mr. Cronin take a look before we go inside.
I could talk to the kitty. What of the this security person? Is this something that could your security person come this evening?
Oh no, she's not equipped for that yet, and frankly, she's not on the inside as of yet. I'm working her up to that level, but when it's ready, as soon as possible, I'll have her put some defenses, at least surveillance or some such.
Yeah, can we get some cameras, motion detectors, things like that at the haven?
But I'd like to bring her in before she has a chance to see the footage.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds great. Because now, I guess I had assumed that we had left all the trouble behind us, but
There's always more trouble.
There is another rock to unturn. I would like to. It would be easier to speak to Zakiti through a window than through a door. So, I'm going to. When we get to the haven, I'm going to go find a window and for the kitty to come talk to me. Find
Okay.
out what I can.
So you do the typical to
Yeah.
call for a cat.
You know,
So
animals.
he hops up on a dining room table, look at you, and he's like, "You know, you don't need to do that."
I am sorry. So, the last place that we just went to, it was a awkward situation, and we think that while we were away, someone may have come to this abode, and messed with it while we were away. So, did you observe anything that was unusual, other than us? Just, I mean, did any say anything?
Oh, you mean the Japanese eggshell grenades left by the ninja?
Oh, where are these grenades?
Japan.
Are you saying there's grenades here? Or are you just being a
The Japanese assassins typically carved grenades out of used eggshells, threw them down in puffs of smoke.
So did they come and leave these here?
Sarcasm is lost on you. No, they were fended off by Chuck Norris.
We have not hired any security to. Is that a freelance security person that has come by?
No, dear man, he's a Texas Ranger.
Okay, I will let the others know that the Texas Ranger was here, and made sure that the. I'm not really sure exactly what you're saying at this point. So they were.
It's American television.
Yes, I don't watch the television. So no one came, or someone came. Just to be clear, everyone.
No, of course, no one came. It's been quite lovely and quiet.
Okay, but I thank you, Kitty. We will walk. I'm going to walk around to the front door and let everyone in from there. So
Okay.
I'll walk around and like. So I'm quite confused. I think no one was here. There was. The kitty was talking about a Texas Ranger. Some Charles was here earlier, but she says that was a joke. I'm not sure, but it sounds as if no one was here though. It's animal humor. I've just recently developed this ability, and I'm learning. I'm not sure how animal, but I'll tell you, this cat is more intelligent than any other animal I've spoken to, though. So something very different about this cat.
How old is this cat if it's making like Texas Ranger jokes?
You should remember that it lives with Colin, and they're awake during the day.
And Colin loves Walker, Texas Ranger.
Be reruns, like Doogie Howser. They're just now getting Doogie Howser.
I would not
Syndication.
be the least bit surprised.
Which,
Wait.
oddly enough, I hate to bring this up, it actually is. It is on a free channel service called, I think it's Charged TV, and it's all old action TV shows.
Okay, so it's actually like streaming somewhere. It's like because
Yeah,
I was like,
you can
because
actually
as far
check
as
the
I-
channel out online. It's free to watch. They typically show like old Knight Rider, old
Oh my gosh.
Hunter, old
It's pretty cool.
Magnum PI.
It's
Was
called
on there.
Charge TV.
I think Charge. Yeah, I think it's Charge TV is the name of it.
Yeah, I 100% would not be surprised if Colin watched a lot of that. Sophie has better things to do, but
Oh my
I was
gosh.
gonna call.
does half the time.
I was gonna call in the question. I was like, well, now we know that Sophie loves Walker, Texas Ranger.
I mean, she might. I don't know. You'll have to
Pants.
ask.
It's Ranger. It plays Chips, Knight Rider. It's
Yep.
got-
These are all things I've heard of but never seen.
And,
But,
and I found out about that channel on an advertisement while I was taking a lift. Somebody had one of those little games on the back headrest or something, and it was playing ads for that television channel.
That's pretty cool.
That's how I found about it. I checked it out one day. And I was like,
Wait, do you have to watch it on like actual TV?
You can, but you can also watch it just directly from your browser, like just
Oh, that's
tuning
awesome.
anything out.
Oh my god! I just pulled it up. There's Magnum PI. There's like
I'm gonna bookmark this.
So what you're saying is that Charge TV needs to like sponsor game.
Yeah, there you go.
yes.
Brittany doesn't mind Walker, Texas Ranger.
So we just did a 2-minute infomercial for them. So from there,
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Charge TV is both affordable and a great service.
wow, I think I'll check that out.
Accessible from your browser?
Yeah.
You don't even need cable.
So easy, your hyper intelligent cat can do it.
He probably could. In fact, does
Well-
he have another name other than Mr. Cuddles?
While staying at home with his mage master,
Why don't you ask him?
and vampire
Should.
mother.
Well, everybody
Hey,
walks
Cuddles.
walks back into the house at this point.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
You actually hear on the sound system that's in the house some like soft listening. Kenny G is playing in the background. That.
Nice.
And it's not super loud, it's at a nice, nice
Tasteful
tone.
volume.
Yeah.
Who's playing that?
Cuddles is playing the saxophone.
No, it's just coming from the sound system.
I think Cuddles may have played it on the sound system.
Place is too creepy. I'm gonna have to get my own place.
Trudy went out of her way to get this place for us, and no one's gonna live here. So-
Well, because now I'm getting paranoid.
Whatever, we could sell it.
this is true.
Up my nose.
So,
Yeah,
what was the final verdict outside of being paranoid about the cat?
I'm gonna go and because I imagine I'm probably pretty paranoid. I'm gonna go around and just like try to find any sort of traces that anybody was in the house outside of us, like after we left.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't. Everything's left the way it was when you guys left.
So Darius, if
The
you
only
do
thing
not-
different. The only thing different is the can of tuna is no longer on the floor, and the music is playing in the house.
So does have we lived with the cat long enough to know that this is something that the cat does?
No one's really paid attention.
Oh man, I feel like if suddenly there's just like music in the house Like especially if like I'm the only one there, I would freak out. George would freak out. I don't know how Remus would freak out. Like,
I mean, I feel like I've been here enough that with the cat around that I don't feel like this is typical for them, unless I'm mistaken.
Typical for what?
For the cat to be playing music around the house. Like, is that what you guys are? Maybe I missed something.
yeah, because like the music was playing. It wasn't playing when we left,
Right.
but now it's on. That's scary.
Where is the cat?
Well, the cat was on the table at this point. The cat is curled up on the couch.
I don't come over often enough to notice anything weird about it. I hear the music playing, but it doesn't ring as odd to me.
I'll
The
say,
spirit car is still gone, right?
Yes.
Henri, can you ask the cat if it's the one turning on the music?
Kitty, did you play the music that is playing right now?
Why? Do you have something wrong with smooth jazz now?
No, it appears as though Remus is concerned about how the music was playing.
Does he
Because-
not understand the concept of electricity?
So the cat is giving me is a smart answer again. Do you understand the concept of electricity? So I'm thinking that he is the one that played it.
Okay.
Your
He
cat turned on the
he just kind of lifts up a paw and like taps at the remote that's just sitting on the arm of the couch.
Are you trying to turn the TV on, Kitty, or?
No, I think the cat just revealed that it's the one who's turning things on. Sophie can't come back soon enough. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm feeling just a little bit paranoid. We just got invited to the wake of a person who we may have inadvertently killed, and we come back and there's Kenny G playing. This could be a horrible trap, but yeah.
Oh,
hopefully
is
we can
that
get...
why you smell of Las Vegas?
Oh, I don't hear that. Is that the cat
No,
talking?
yeah, you don't hear that.
Okay.
But he wants to know if that's why we smell of Las Vegas. What do you mean that's why we smell of Las Vegas?
It's a scent.
Vegas has a smell.
Yes. Does
Does
dead have a scent?
Well, I do not smell cities. I see the cities.
Well, of course. You are a descendant of a human. You wouldn't smell such things.
How does the cat recognize Las Vegas? Has the cat been to Las Vegas?
Have you been to Las Vegas? Is this how you
Yeah.
recognize the scent?
Yeah,
I literally say that. You asked that. I say, yes, the cat has been to Las Vegas.
you guys had this conversation last time before
Yeah.
the attack, or I guess 2 times ago.
Like, that's where he used to be before he came out here to.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Was-
yeah.
Yep.
from
That
Las
was
Vegas.
a part of the big reveal. You're like, oh, that's where they came from.
Yeah.
They came from Vegas. Okay.
Yeah. It's like that meme. No one decided to ask the chair that has 100 hours of lore into it or something like that.
Yeah, this cat is totally Peter Pettigrew. I don't.
I'd rather have a Peter Pettigrew as a rat. You know, here I am as Mr. Nosferatu.
The Toreador equivalent.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I do not know what our next step is, what our next move is. I would like to speak to Sophie and Hesperia when they return. Ziberian may have an idea. I do not know if we are being manipulated. Demaris, I know you are not too keen on scrying, but I think that may give us some answers.
So who am I scrying on, Latisse?
Yes.
Okay.
See what she's doing, not that she is all alone. If she is plotting someone against us, you should be able to see that or around her.
or if this mystery person is
Has
not
revealed itself.
revealed.
Before we did, so I don't expect to see that person again, but we can.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll your intelligence and occult, and while you're doing that, Mr. Cuddles jumps up on the table next to you.
Next to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kitty, she is doing something magical. You need to leave her alone unless you are assisting in some way.
Hold on, I don't know why I keep.
So he turns and looks at you and he says, "Mecca lecca hi, mecca hiney ho."
There's no reason this cat should know these things.
There's a cat in the face,
Uh,
One
but I didn't hear any of that.
is that some kind of spell that Colin has taught you?
second.
Isn't that Pee Wee Herman?
Yes, it is.
The kitty is saying some type of cantrip with Mecca lecca hi Mecca. I don't know.
5. I got 5.
Okay, so you repeat that, and then he looks at you and he says, "Mecca lecca hi, mecca chani ho."
Okay, so Mecca lecca hi Mecca chani ho. This is gibberish to me. Is this another language? Seriously, the cat is speaking to me in another language that I don't want to speak. Is this Samoan or Hawaiian?
Oh man.
Damaris is not paying attention to him. She's crying.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can hear them, and you can hear the cat, rephrasing that to Henri. You have enough occult lore to know that was gibberish that Jambi the genie from Pee-wee's Playhouse said.
Damaris is like snickering while she's crying.
That's basically what he did whenever he would enact a wish. That was like the verse that he would have Pee-wee say.
Yeah.
I just remember it from that line in the Weird Al song.
George remembers.
I know these things.
Yeah.
In character?
Yeah.
He's Hawaiian.
Yeah, Henri's just like, the cat keeps fucking with me.
This cat is speaking a Polynesian language to me for some reason.
Okay, so you tune back
language?
in on Latisse. And Latisse is on the phone.
Okay. Can I hear what she's saying?
You can clearly hear what she's saying. She's talking to somebody, and she's basically reconfirming that her child is that her child was killed, and that and she's thankful that he called. Yeah. And she says I know that we were kind of at a cross purpose back when she was created, but I know that that was all water under the bridge. And she says, no, I know some of them went to Vegas. I don't think that they had anything to do with it. I don't even know why she was there. She was just very headstrong and probably wanted to play the game of politics. She was never good at it. You know that. And then, she says, no, I know, I really appreciate you calling. Thank you very much, Killian.
Okay. Do anything else after hanging up with them?
She sits back down and just starts crying, and Andrew comforts her.
So she will
You're gonna look for the mysterious person?
no, because she knows she's on the phone, so she won't be able to find. She doesn't know who.
You could scan around.
She won't. So she's gonna basically what she's doing is she's also basically sketching out her book, and she's literally gonna sketch out a picture of Latisse basically crying and Andrew next to her.
Okay.
So she's she was talking to Andrew, and she's very distraught, it seems, over her child. But she did specifically say to Andrew that she doesn't think we were responsible for it. She knows that we were there, but she doesn't understand why she was even there in the first place.
If so, Andrew is his as a security guard. You said she was on the phone. Who is she on the phone with?
I didn't say she was on the phone. Out of character.
Oh,
I didn't tell anybody she was on the phone. I just
Okay.
said that I drew a picture of her sitting there with Andrew
Being
next to her,
consulted by
basically
Andrew,
crying.
yep.
No, I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay.
And so
Yeah.
Paddles looks over and he says, "Oh, it seems you've improved on your handwriting. That's almost hieroglyphic."
Yeah.
So at least that means we don't have to worry too much about Latisse. I mean, aside from just being sad.
No, I do think she's distraught. I mean, I don't have it. Well, I might have a child, but I haven't developed that attachment yet. No, I don't know, because it was something that happened in the middle of a battle at the heat of the moment. I took over a turning of someone to save their life, and I still don't know if it's mine or his.
Oh, okay.
So all I can do is just take responsibility for her, assuming that I was the one that was strong enough to turn her.
Okay. That makes more sense. I know who you're talking about now. I thought you were saying like, oh, I may have sired a vampire child, but I can't remember.
I just don't know. I'm sure she's got some blood in her. Like, we have that connection because we shared that special kiss, but she didn't start it. She just ended it. So I have no idea.
Is there a version of Maury?
There's blood magics that can help test to find out, but I don't know that type of magic.
And we don't want anybody here who can do that.
Exactly. I'd rather just assume that she is mine and teach her the best that I can.
She live here?
Yes.
She's
I don't know where she is right now, but she's around.
You are aware that there are Tremere amongst the Anarchs, correct?
No.
He says, "Oh, oh dear.
Who?
Well, I don't know them specifically. I just know that they happen to have a branch. They kind of rubbed the wrong way against the Camarilla naysayers."
Kitty, how do you know these things? Is this something that Sophie has said in front of you? This information is it's not something you would share with your cat. It's
That is because I'm not an average cat.
I don't even think you're a dumb cat at all at this point. It's just
We need to do a spin-off show of Jimmy and this cat. And they have a van with like a Hell's Angel printed on the side of it, and they go and solve mysteries.
And the band is all busting Kenny G.
they're gonna get their own Scooby Gang. It's like
My former master was a Tremere.
your former master was a Tremere. So his former master was a Tremere. That's how the cat knows about Tremere.
As she described him before, he was the one that got killed.
Does the cat know blood magic? Is that a thing?
I've never seen that happen, but I've been surprised before.
Can you do magic, Kitty?
That depends. Have I been having to clean his litter box?
Yeah, no. He's like, "Oh no, of course not. I'm not an undead cat."
I mean, that is true. We do feed it tuna.
It would smell quite a bit. So you do not know the magic. You just know about the magic because of your last master.
Of course. I listened. He took
I
me most everywhere he went.
I do not have pets. I have not had a pet ever.
Clearly, by your choice in cat food.
What I did with animals was different. So,
Oh dear, you're not one of them, are you?
then what?
It doesn't go in that hole.
Oh God.
I pull out my leather knife and I'm like, no, I skin the cat. I make the cat, you skin off the hair, you shave it, you take the leather, and you make the cat into a nice pair of gloves.
I love it from our perspective. Henri just pulled a knife on the cat and is meowing at it. Like, meow meow. Like,
He said something to insult his mama, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta pay for that."
Yeah, with as much cheek as that cat is giving him, I'm kind of
click.
meow,
surprised.
meow, meow, meow.
He says, "Oh, so you're skilled at taxidermy?"
No, not taxidermy. I don't stuff the kitty. I use the skin as leather. I would literally make a pair of gloves from cats.
From a cat. Not say a bovine.
Not for no gloves. No, bovine is good for like leather, like a if you're doing like a vest or a jacket. But kitty leather is good for the gloves, or a nice soft maybe a journal or notebook.
If you say so.
So if you pass away of natural causes, this is something I could do for you. I could turn you into a nice book if you'd like. It would be a present for Sophie.
How droll.
That every pet owner wants.
Did I just say to you guys, when he dies, he wants me to turn him into a nice a notebook or gloves for Sophie. How considerate of him.
So he swipes at your hand with his cat claws, just It actually does one level of lethal damage.
Oh, okay.
It's not that you can't heal it. One blood point heals it.
Right. So I'll take the lethal damage, and I turn to him, and I look at my razor at this point, and I look at him, and I'm like, maybe you don't die of lethal of natural causes then.
Remember, young man, I know where you sleep.
But you don't have to go to sleep. You could just die right now, for that matter. You are the one that damaged me. You are the one that has been fucking with me this evening. So I would not mind if Sophie got another cat. She'll get over it.
Mm-hmm. You do
So then
you, young
the only
man.
one that understands this whole conversation, by the way. That's meow meow, like Remus said over here.
We can kind of tell that.
I'm a little pissed right now.
Yeah, his tone has gotten a little more.
Meow meow meow.
I have to say, this is the most interesting time I've had since Vegas. I am a little concerned if Henri starts to spray, but we can cross that bridge. I'm not cleaning it up. We'll make Asperia do it.
So Kitty, yeah, I think I'm all done talking to you for a while. We'll consider this as one of your 9 lives that has just been chalked up.
So, at any rate, you think Lettice is not a concern?
I think I missed part of what you're saying. You're asking if Lettice is not a concern?
Yeah. So that's your assessment?
I don't feel like she is. I legit think that yes, she's mourning her child, but I really don't believe that she feels that we're involved.
Well, I suppose we can watch
Check in on her
for her.
periodically. Yeah.
No, I would like to get to know her.
Yes, perhaps continue to get close to her and maybe persuade her otherwise if she has designs on revenge. And if not, she certainly looked like she could use a few more friends.
It's, I have there's one problem. I have not courted someone in ever, and I have,
Andre,
and
I think it's a little bad form to pick up a lady in mourning. I don't know how I know this, but I think I mean we could just be friends. I mean she was plenty nice to us when we went to her gallery. I would like to maintain that friendship if possible.
no, this is true, but it's just the fact that it's someone from my home country, and she was around. She has perspectives on when I was in France. That's at the same time that she was there. So, but I literally lived in the shithole when she was in above ground. So I'd like to compare notes during that time frame, just to see.
Okay.
Perhaps you could make her a gift. Something that reminds her of better times.
This I can do.
I don't believe she would like a spelling contest.
Do we have a laser pointer?
No, unfortunately not.
Ah, dang. I add that to the Instacart.
You could snap your fingers.
Do cats like finger snaps?
Oh boy.
There
No,
was a demonstration previously that Trudy doesn't know about.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to go through my notes to see how much I remember about this cat.
So with that, then we'll go ahead and stop there. It's been a little over 3 hours at this point of a solid game.
That was fun.
So I hope you guys had fun.
Yep.
I was not expecting the cat to take up so much of it, but it is what it is. It's cool.
Fleshed out a new NPC. So
Well, no, he'd always been around. It was just a matter of like when you guys first figured it out, it was one of those plot pieces that had been sitting around that I was waiting for somebody just to turn around and finally decide to do Pharaoh Whispers on it and find out it is very intelligent.
Yeah,
let's talk to him at this point. So
the only talking that I know had been done was just to when we found it, just to find out its name.
Right.
because I remember Marky being really impressed, and Bear's just like, you can talk to the cat? I'm gonna get me a coon dog, and you're gonna teach me how to do that.
Yep.
So,
All right. So, schedule-wise, next game would be February 5th. Is that going to work?
Should be fine.
Okay.
I have nothing on my calendar because it's a brand new phone.
Oh.
I have this on my calendar. So
Aww.
nice.
It doesn't even have a case yet. It's in the mail.
Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and stop and close it out there. So we're not doing Cyberpunk tomorrow, so we had to cancel that. Monday, however, will be the Changing Breeds game.
Yep.
And then the 27th will be Mass Effect again.
Mass Effect.
Pew-pew.
Now level.
So cool. So thank you all for playing tonight. Go ahead and turn it off here. And if you guys have any questions for me or whatnot afterwards, like when I shut down the stream, more than welcome to, or I'll answer any questions you might have. So thank you guys for watching and uploads and whatnot, which I got to get updated. I have 2 of them that's going to go to YouTube. One that should be done by about this weekend. So thanks all. Enjoy your night.
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Wink.